Onsted. Sounds weird. Onsted head coach Joe Gillies is another Clinton guy, but now moved down the road. I see you don't have purple on though. You got the black with the gold on there, but it's funny. You go from one paw stripe through a letter to another claw stripe through here at Onsted. But first year as the head coach at Onsted Wildcats, and welcome in, Joe.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So again, we talked with Jake Baker just about being a head coach. You've at least been the baseball head coach, so you kind of know the head coaching role and all that comes with it. So, but you've never been the football head coach. So, but there's probably some differences, but at least you have had that head coach role.
Yeah, certainly the experience of already being in the head role has helped a ton, but I will say football is the beast.
It is.
And I've learned that the sport that starts school, there's more to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baseball, the physicals are done. You've got one or two kids that haven't played a sport and you're chasing those down. Football, you're chasing the entire roster down.
Right.
Yeah.
And then work. Kids have work through summer, and they want to make all the money they can and, put some of that in the bank to get them through the school year or whatever, where spring sports, they're not working.
Yes.
So it's been a little bit of a challenge. I've learned a ton, and we're just kind of embracing it and continue to move forward.
Well, you said numbers down a little this year, so that's something you had to chase as well, trying to make sure you get people in the right place, but then keeping them healthy.
Yeah, we met in May when I was named the head coach, and we had about 42 sign up, which I think was really close to the number that Onsted had last year. We have 37 kids that made it through two-a-days, so we're close to that number.
Okay.
Obviously, we want more. I've always felt, coming from Clinton, that if you can get 10 to 12 kids a grade, you got something.
Yes.
Right.
You want to put 12 seniors on the field every Friday night. And so we're close. We're not quite there. I have gotten involved with the middle school, and their numbers are good. So, this is year one. This is a program that we're going to continue to build. And, we're not just here for this year. Like, we want to build a program that we can kind of get Onsted back to where I remember them being through the 80s and 90s.
Right.
So how do you round out your staff before we get into the players in the season?
So we sat down and did some interviews with some of the guys that were there. We brought back Mike Valasak. He was on staff last year. He'll be the JV head coach. And then I turned to guys that I know and guys that I trust. Keith Shearhart is coming on board. He spent quite a few years coaching at Clinton with me, and he'll be the co-offensive coordinator. My next phone call was one of my favorite players, Colin Poore. College experience. He led LB in his senior year in receiving yards. He's now pushing 30. Just a great, wonderful young man. He's going to jump on with Keith and do the offense. Billy Baker, another former player of mine, is our offense and defensive line coach, along with handling the JV defense. And then Robbie Campbell. Got a call from Robbie. He was interested in getting involved in coaching, and just a great young man that I had with the JV team at Clinton, also varsity baseball.
Yeah.
So it's a big, heavy Clinton staff, but we're Onsted guys now. We talk about the facilities they have and the community support, and we're excited. I mean, we're hitting the ground running a little bit, but then you got to kind of take a step back and make sure the kids understand that what we're trying to do.
Well, and I think the names you mentioned, too, are guys that had success at Clinton, too. They were winning programs. So you've got guys that know how to win and do the right thing. So that's always nice to bring in guys that, you can trust, but they've been through the process, that won a lot of games. And as you talk about with, Poore, when he was successful at the college level, RC was a great player at Clinton. So it's good to bring in guys like that for sure. But now let's get to the season. Michigan Center, Hudson, Ida, Clinton, probably the four toughest teams that anybody could face to start off their coaching career.
Yeah, it's tough. 4 district champs, and
wow.
I worried about that schedule in the beginning, and then once we got going, I thought, hey, we've just got to be the best Onsted team that we can be,
right,
regardless of who we're playing on Thursday or Friday night. Obviously, there's a ton of coaching experience there, great programs, great coaches, and, it's going to be 1 week at a time. And we've kind of told our kids that we've got to weather the storm, stay healthy. We want to compete. Let's be a team that every Friday night we go out on the field, and we've got a chance in the fourth quarter to make a little noise. And then we've got to find wins other than the scoreboard, possibly, between quarters and in practice and things that we did well on Friday night. And we know that, and that's just kind of the mentality that we have.
Well, I think you said it right. Be the best Onsted team you can be. I mean, first year expectations, you return a few, but you're still a younger team. Figure it out, do what you can do, and then, go for it, all year long and just play hard every week.
Yeah, we've got 8 seniors. They're great kids. They're bought in, and, they bleed purple and gold. And, decent supporting junior class. Jacob Ullman had to move him to quarterback, and I love his work ethic. And then Carter Gillian is a basketball player. He's kind of that lanky, athletic guy. So our juniors are going to be very supportive of our seniors, and our seniors are bought into finishing out their career the correct way.
Well, and Connor Kish is a guy you can build around as well.
Connor is amazing. I met him right off the bat when I got the job, and he is bought into football 110%. He's a great leader, both by example and word of mouth, and I think he's going to have a great senior year.
So anything different? I mean, offensively, what are going to be your, what's your scheme? What's your thoughts on, what you want Onsted to be?
Well, they've been a spread team the last 4 or 5 years since Dan retired and moved on. I'm a running the football guy, being from Clinton, but we did run some spread late in Scott McNitt's late years. We got into a shotgun with some of the guys we had, and so we've been working with both. Honestly, we're trying to figure out exactly how we're going to get first downs, how we're going to keep other teams' offense off the field. So we'll have a couple different looks. We're going to get under center and run the football, but we can throw it too. And there'll be some times where maybe we do get into a shotgun and spread the field out and try to get our athletes the ball out in space.
And I think that's the key, is kind of figuring out what your personnel is and how to make it work for them. You got to be adaptable by who you have, on your roster.
Yeah, and we've got guys that are physical, and we got guys that are fast. So, like you said, it's going to take some time for us to say, okay, that's not working, we've got to go a different way. Or, hey, maybe the shotgun with some motion and guys running quick, short routes is kind of the identity of Onsted football this year.
You're scrimmaging, Addison and Sand Creek, so I think that's nice. We talked with Coach Hewitt earlier, so I think that'll give everybody kind of trying to get better, good looks.
Yeah, I was in that scrimmage last year as Addison's defensive coordinator.
Kidding.
And it was good. The 3 teams are, I'll say, evenly matched a little bit. Sand Creek did get into some spread sets last year, which was nice. I hope they do it again this year, because obviously from Addison, I think we're going to get the no splits and some motion and just running the rock up the middle. We're looking forward to it. Two good coaches. I know Casey over at Addison. And then obviously Derek, I've had some great conversations with him. So, yeah, the scrimmage is going to be just another learning tool for us going forward.
Yeah, it's always key. And, again, I think the biggest thing for you is really learning how these guys adapt. I mean, part of it, as you know, with young kids coaching, Fred and I have talked a lot about this with different kids. What buttons can you push? And I think with new kids, learning who they are is kind of figure out how you can coach them up as well.
Yeah, and we ran up against some of that in two-a-days. A lot of the kids wanted to go in the morning, but with my staff, we had to go in the evening because of day jobs, and we got a little pushback there. But then once we got into the evening and the way we're doing things and giving them a half-hour break between our 2 sessions, giving them some time to bond, and maybe they're like, oh, okay, this isn't so bad. And the weather's been great, too.
Yeah.
We haven't had any very difficult, hot nights, so It's been a lot of learning, like you said, not only just what we can do football-wise, but learning the kids.
Yeah, and that's key at this level, as you know. I mean, the relationships and how to make that work between everybody. So, again, Joe, we appreciate your time, and I know it's going to be an interesting first year trying to kind of get everything acclimated to Onsted and learning all the kids. But I know you're looking forward to it, and hopefully you come out healthy through those first 4 weeks to finish the rest of the season.
Yeah, we're focused on Michigan Center. I've watched quite a bit of film on them. They're a very good football team, well coached, and kind of about as far as I've gone right now is Michigan Center, week 1. Let's do things right and try to get Onsted football where we're competing.
Well, and you've been around, I know we're up against it, but long enough, though, to most of the LCAA schools you have enough knowledge of to be able to work through them.
Yeah, I'm excited for some of the challenges. It's going to be fun early on taking, the bus over to Hudson or Ida or Clinton and standing on the other side of those fields is going to be interesting.
Yeah. All right, well, Joe, good luck. We appreciate your time. Once again, that's Joe Gillies, the new head coach at Onsted. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back. We've got Ryan McDowell from Morenci coming up after this here on 96.5 The Cave, 965thecave.com, and Lenawee TV.